Good morning students. In the previous class we have discussed the logical instruction set and an OR. In this class we are going to see XOR and XNOR. So XOR is nothing but your exclusively OR. The mnemonics that we are going to use it for this XOR is XRL, that is logic exclusively OR. It functions a bitwise exclusively OR function, and the syntax for using your XRL instruction is XRL operand 1 comma operand 2. So what this XRL will do? So R performs an operation. XOR is nothing but if you have two inputs A, B. XOR will do A bar B plus AB bar. So this is the operation that is performed by your exclusively OR gate. So if you are using if you are using two operands, like one is your accumulator, another one could either be your immediate data or register direct data or indirect data, it could be anything. So if between these two operand, the operation performed by your exclusive OR is going to be this one, that is operand 1 complement into B plus operand 1 into operand 2 complement. So this is how your exclusively OR gate is going to work, and it is the operation that describes your XRL. And these are all some of the instruction, these are all some of the combinations, or these are all some of your XRL instructions that could be used with different types of addressing modes, like immediate addressing mode, register addressing mode, register direct addressing mode, and indirect addressing mode. Even with the external RAM address, you can use this particular instruction to perform the operation. So next, this is some of your example. The next one is your logical NOT. Logical NOT in the sense, for example, if you are giving any values like A, I can write move CPL. So this is some of your complement logical complement of your value. So CPLC. So you will C is nothing but your carry bit. So if you are using, and if in case if CY is 0 before the operation of this particular instruction, after execution of this instruction your C is going to be 1. Okay, for example, I can write one more instruction, move A comma hash 1F. You consider I am going to use this particular instruction. After this instruction I am going to complement the value of your accumulator. So for that I need to use CPLA. If I use CPLA, what it does in the sense, it complement the value of your accumulator. What is available in the accumulator? 1F. Just write 1F in BCD. So 1F can be written as 0001. F can be written as 1111. After executing this particular instruction, the content of accumulator is going to be 1F. So soon after the execution of your second instruction, that is CPLA. CPLA is nothing but your complement accumulator. So soon after the execution of this particular instruction, the content of accumulator is going to get complemented. It means that all zeros are going to become 1 and all ones are going to become 0. That is, whatever value you have before, just a complement of this. So after the execution of this particular instruction CPLA, the content of accumulator is going to be E0. So the value stored in your accumulator is going to be E0. Why it is E0 in the sense, the equivalent hexadecimal for this particular value is E0. Clear? So far we have discussed the logical AND operation, OR operation, XOR operation and NOT operation. Next one, we will go for the rotate instruction. Rotate instruction, we have rotate right, rotate left, rotate right with carry, rotate left with carry. Like that we have different types of instruction. In that, the first instruction what we are going to see is rotate right. So rotate right in the sense, whether it has to rotate with carry or simply rotate accumulator content. So all this rotate instruction can be used only with accumulator. For example, you consider the example MOV A comma hash 2AH. You consider this is the data. So after execution of this particular instruction, the content of accumulator is going to be 2A. After this instruction, I am going to give RRA. So it is your 8-bit data, right? So first you draw the 8 bits. First you draw your 8 bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So first you write 2a inside the accumulator. So in the accumulator you have 2a. Next you are going to rotate right. So 2a can be written as 0, 0, 1, 0. A can be written as 1, 0, 1, 0. So rotate right in the sense whatever data you have here, so it will be shifted right, shifted one position right. Okay, so when it is getting shifted one position right, I'll show with the blocks how exactly it works. You could see here rotate right. So now as we discussed earlier, move a comma hash 2a h. Okay, 2a h, it is the data available. After this, if you give RRA, that is rotate right accumulator, rotate the content of the accumulator right, what it does, 2a, so before execution of this RR instruction, it will be 0, 0, 1, 0. 2, a means 1, 0, 1, 0. So before execution of your RRA instruction, the content of the accumulator is going to be like this. Once your RR, that is rotate right accumulator instruction is executed, you see what will be the content of your accumulator. Here also it is going to be a 8 bit, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So now whatever you have, right in the sense whatever you have here, it will be shifted one position. So 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and this 0 will get rotated like this. So here I will be getting 0. So once this particular instruction is executed, the content of your accumulator is going to be 15H. Clear with this part? Rotate right means it will simply rotate the instruction right side. That's all. Okay. Next is your rotate left instruction. So rotate right or rotate left or rotate right through carry or rotate left through carry. Everything it could be done only with your accumulator. So in this what flag is affected in case of your RR instruction? None of the flag is affected because here nothing is going to be affected. Why? Because here simply shift operation is going to happen, that is shift right. Next is your rotate left instruction. So in rotate left instruction, what same thing I'll show with the same example. Move a comma hash 2AH. You consider the content available in the accumulator is 2A. After this instruction, if you give RLA, that is rotate accumulator left. So before execution of this RL instruction, it is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. It is going to be 2A means 0, 0, 1, 0. A is 1, 0, 1, 0. After execution of this RLA instruction, the content is going to fall like this. So here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is going to shift left, that is rotate left in the sense it is going to rotate left. So this particular content is going to come over here. Then the 1 will take the next position, 0 will take the next position. 1, 0, 1, 0. And this is going to rotate to the next one. So after execution of this rotate left accumulator instruction, it is going to be 54H. 54H is the answer that is loaded onto the accumulator after executing your RLA instruction. Are you all clear? Okay. Next is your rotate left the accumulator. So whatever I have shown in the previous example, the same thing it has been shown here. Okay, now we'll go for rotate right with carry and rotate left with carry. The instruction is rotate right with carry. Rotate RRC. So RR stands for rotate right, C stands for rotate right with carry. This also can be done only with the accumulator. So what we can do is I'll show with one more example, same example, move a comma hash 2ah. Okay, so this is the data available in your accumulator. I can use set b. Set b is nothing but set bit psw.7. What is your psw.7? PSW means it is your program status word. In that program status word, you are, what is the 7th bit of that PSW? The 7th bit of your PSW is carry flag. It means that your carry flag is set to 1. After this instruction, I am going to use RRCA. It means that rotate the content of your accumulator right with carry. So before executing your RRC instruction, before executing this particular instruction, I'll tell what is the status of your bits. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is the content stored in your accumulator? It is 2a, so I can write it as 0010. What is a? A can be written as 1010. So after executing your setb psw.7, you have a carry flag. So it is rotate right with carry right. So you have to put your carry flag on your this side. So here this is your carry flag. So since you have used setb psw.7, your carry flag is going to be 1. Now after executing this RRCA, that is rotate right accumulator with carry, I'll show how the bit value is going to change. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now your carry flag will enter your 7th bit. That is, here it will be 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. And this will again, for the when you are giving again one more time RRCA, when you give one more time RRCA, you consider after this instruction again one more time you are giving RRCA, means at that moment your carry flag is going to be 0, because whatever you have in the last bit, that will be stored as a carry. So when you execute this particular instruction, again the content of the accumulator is going to change. So what will be the content of the accumulator? So the content of the accumulator is going to be, this 0 will enter in this position, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Again this 1 will carry forward to the carry flag. So this is how it goes on. How many number of times you wanted to make the accumulator content to rotate with carry. Finally what after this no more rotate instruction, means this will be the final value that is available in your accumulator. It is nothing but 4a. 4a is going to be the answer that is available in your accumulator content. This is how your rotate right accumulator content works with carry. Here which flag will be affected? In the sense, here carry flag is going to get affected, because you are going to rotate the content of the accumulator with carry. Clear? Next is your rotate left through carry. So whatever I have shown in the previous example, it is rotate right through carry. Now we are going to use a rotate left through carry. Here you are going, whatever you have in the 7th bit, that will enter your carry bit first, then 6th bit will move forward. Like this it happens. I'll show with the example only. Consider move a comma hash 1ah. Okay, this is the data available in your accumulator. Now setb psw dot 7. Otherwise I can give clear. Even you can set, or it could be reset. Okay, so 1ah. 1ah. So here I will be giving clear PSW.7. It means that you are going to clear the 7th bit in PSW. It means that your carry flag is going to be 0. So now here I will be getting 0. and the content of the accumulator is going to be 1a. So 1a means 0001, a means 1010. Okay. After this CLR instruction PSW.7, your carry bit is going to be 0. Now you execute RLC instruction for the accumulator. So it means that whatever you have in the 7th bit, that will be move on to your carry bit. So it will get move on, and whatever you have, it is your rotate left right. So whatever you have, it takes your leftmost position. So 00110110, and what you had in carry bit, that will be moved as a lower LSB bit. So here also I will be getting 0. Therefore the final answer is going to be 1a. Not so after rotate instruction, that is rotate left through carry your content of accumulator, the content of accumulator is going to be 00110100. So it is 34H is the answer after execution of your RLC accumulator. Okay, this is how your logical operation works. Either it shift right or shift left, depending upon whether you are going to give RR instruction or RL instruction. RR instruction shift the content of the accumulator towards right. RL instruction shift the content of the accumulator towards left. RLC, it shift the content of the accumulator along with the carry bit towards left. RRC, it shifts the content of the accumulator towards right with the carry bit. In the next class, we will see some conditional branch instructions. Thank you, students.